I'm Yegi. I'm the owner and founder of Yegi Beauty, which is an eyelash extension company. I am a master lash artist and educator, and we literally do everything within the eyelash extensions industry. With that said, this video tutorial is actually not really a tutorial. It is an experiment to figure out and find the best way or the different ways of doing wispy sets. Since those are really popular and there are new ways of doing it, I wanted to experiment. I wanted us to do with my team quite a few looks, quite a few options to see what's my favorite and what's our company's favorite in order to also help you guys out, take all that guesswork, hours of lashing and applying and trying different things out of your way, so you can just look and see, okay, this is the one I like, and just follow that mapping or those rules. Well, let's get to it. I hope you guys enjoy this, but make sure you're subscribed to the channel and your notifications are on. It really helps us out in order to create more videos for you. And always, thank you for your support. And well, let's get to the tutorial, not until next time just yet.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to create our spikes or our wispy pieces on one strip of lashes. So we are going to go ahead and map that out, as you can already see, with about a medium length or shorter set overall, but with about medium length spikes, which is going to be from 11 to 15. And this is going to be a cat eye. Most of it will be a cat eye to compare, since that is more popular nowadays, but you guys will see all the different versions. Same thing can apply to any shape. We are more seeing the ratio and the way and where we put the spikes that would give us the nicest wispy look. If you pay attention, you will see our mapping. We have divided the whole eyelash into 5 different sections. So that's our mapping, going from 11 to 15. And in each area, we did about 3 to 4 spikes. And we created the spikes with a 0.03 thickness lashes, and these are C-curl. And these are our matte mink lashes in order to create this look. Now this will be our bottom layer for this first experiment. We are putting the spikes in the bottom layer of the eyelashes, and they are going to be about 4 millimeters longer than the rest of the set. Now here is the mapping for the rest of the lashes. So all the other layers of the client's lashes besides the bottom layer is going to be from 7 to 11 millimeters. It's the same sections we had divided for the spikes, but these are 4 millimeters shorter on these layers. And it keeps us or helps us to remap it out when we're working on the client with each layer in order to keep things clean and precise. Now for the rest of the layers, we are making handmade fans in order to fill them in just like any volume set. These are thicker, wider, bigger volume fans to make the set look nice and dense. Now we are going to join the bottom layer and all the other layers of the lashes together, kind of like how it would look on a client, to see what it would look like if we did the spikes in the bottom layer of the client's eyelashes 4 millimeters longer than the rest. So this is how it would look if the spikes were in the bottom layer. Now we'll set this aside and continue on a different style to compare. Here's what it would look like if those same spikes were on the top layer of the eyelashes. So if we did those 11 through 15 spikes on the top layer instead of the bottom, and the rest of them were the 7 through 11. And you could see when they are on the top layer, they do stand up way more, almost like too much in this case. So this spiked another interest for me to test our second experiment and do the spikes on the top layer, but have the change in length a little bit less. So instead of them being 4 millimeters longer, now we're going to try 2 millimeters longer and see what they would look like on the top layer. Here is what they look like side by side. So far, just to summarize, if we are doing the spikes and they are about 3 to 4 millimeters longer, if we put them in the bottom layer, they would look and appear more blended, more of a subtle wispy look. But if we put those on the top layer, then they would stand out more and they would look more spiky or more wispy. Now for the spike pieces, we are creating a strip that is going to be only 2 millimeters longer than the rest of the lashes. So we can also compare this on the top layer and the bottom layer to see what it would look like with the wispy set. So we are mapping out 9 through 13 and we're doing about 3 to 4 spikes in each section. Next, I was curious to see what our wispy set would look like if we did lighter fans instead of the darker, denser fans. In the first video, you guys saw the eyelashes for all the other layers in thicker, bigger fans, about at 16D with the 0.03 lashes. And now we're going to do it about at 9D with 0.03 lashes. So they should be a lot lighter than the first set. And we had determined already that with that first look, we did like the spikes in the bottom layer personally. So now we're seeing, okay, let's do the next step. We like the spikes in the bottom layer, but let's try for all the other layers. Instead of the thicker fans, let them be smaller and lighter fans. Let's see if our wispy set looks nicer. Now let's take a look and see how the lighter fans look with the shorter spikes. First, we're going to go ahead and put the shorter spikes in the bottom layer, which now they will be only 2 millimeters longer than the rest of the set. And we see that they really are blended in. You can't really see spikes if they're only 2 millimeters and in the bottom layer. Here's what they would look like if they are on the top layer instead. We see that even if it's only 2 millimeters longer, if it's on the top layer of the lashes, you still could see a nice wispy look. And of course, we also found out visually that the spikes stand out a lot more when the rest of the lashes don't have such thick volume fans. They are lighter volume fans. So this is with the spikes on the top layer, so you could see it more. So if you don't want to make them much longer, it's just a different look. So I think if you do want to see the spikes better, it's probably better to do a top layer. So that's kind of the finding, and not make them as long. Yeah. Just a different look. Or here's the fuller volume, and we can put the longer spikes from the bottom just to see the effect. So if these are compared to each other, this one's a lighter volume and the spikes come from the top layer, and they're only 2 millimeters longer and they stand out more. And these ones, the spikes are 4 millimeters longer than the other lashes, but they come from the bottom layer, and you can see they kind of blend in more when they're coming from the bottom layer, even though they're longer. It just depends on the look we're trying to go for. Yeah, if you want it more defined, I guess top layer. If you want the spikes more blended, bottom layer. But keep in mind, if it's the bottom layer, we want to put them 4 millimeters longer. If it's the top layer, only 2 millimeters longer. That's kind of the magic average. Let's see if they stand out as much if it's the shorter ones in the top layer of the fuller lashes, because they did stand out a lot with the not so full volume, the lighter volume. But let's see how they stand out. So we're trying the shorter one in the top layer this time to see if it stands out as much as it stood out with the less volume. We're experimenting. Here's a side-by-side comparison. If we did the spikes on the top layer, which is kind of what we decided we prefer, and also you could see what it looks like if the volume fans are fuller, bigger fans on the left side, or they're lighter lashes, they're smaller fans on the right side. You could see how the spikes stand out compared to a fuller or a lighter lash set overall, and they are only 2 millimeters longer on the top layer for our spikes. Here is our 3 winner looks so far for spikes. You have option A, B, or C. You can take a screenshot of this if you like, but we'll also try to put all the looks in a chart for you to compare at the end. Now, just for fun, we are going to compare cat eye and doll eye shape because that's the only thing we did not compare. Now, for the first part, we are going to create our lighter volume fans in a doll eye shape, the one that we liked, about 9D lashes, but in the very thin 0.03 to create a light volume handmade fan. And we're going to fill it out and we're going to do our shorter lengths, which is from 7 until 11 for the rest of them. And then after that, we will create our spikes. Now that we're done with the rest of the layers, we are going to create the spikes that would go with this round shape. Now the spikes are going to be only 2 millimeters longer and they are going to go on top because that was what we preferred with the cat eye shape, and we are going to try it with the doll eye shape so then we can compare both shapes.
All right, so my favorite look with all of the spikes we did was the light volume. So using about 9D fans, but with the 0.03. So it was a light volume set and using 2 millimeters longer spikes on the top layer of it. So that was my favorite look. So for that reason, we also created the doll eye version of that look so we can compare the doll eye and the cat eye to each other. So here is the doll eye. So let's compare the same fullness to the cat eye. Okay, so here is the cat eye, our spike look, and here is the doll eye.
Well, here is a chart or a clip of all of the looks next to each other so you guys can really compare and see which one is your favorite. And I'm really curious, which one is your favorite? Please comment below.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this experiment. Let me know what you think, because it is a little different compared to what I usually do. And let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite look of a wispy set or which method. Or if you have a new method, I would really love to explore that. Please let me know your thoughts, and until next time, bye!